Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you who watches my videos. In today's pick a card reading, we are looking at your life 1 year from now. So this is a timeless reading. So anytime you find this reading, it would be 1 year from that point. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. And what we're going to do is, first we're going to pick your cards, and then we're going to get an animal rune for you as your stones on top of each card. Okay, Spirit, we are looking for pile number 1. What does pile number 1's life look like 1 year from now? What does pile number 2's life look like 1 year from now? And what does pile number 3's life look like 1 year from now? Okay, let's go ahead and get your runes now. Okay, so all the runes are in this bag. I'm not going to look when I choose them out of here. I'm just going to choose them intuitively. Okay, Spirit, for pile number 1, what does pile number 1's life look like 1 year from now, please? Okay. Okay. And for pile number 2, what does pile number 2's life look like 1 year from now? What does pile number 3's life look like 1 year from now? Okay. For pile number 1, you have empowerment, and you have rebirth and snake. Okay. Pile number 2, you have fertility, and you have visions and hawk. Okay, pile number 3, you have talent, and you have act now and Gecko. Okay, please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have rebirth and snake. And your card is empowerment. With this combination, I feel like you were in a situation that wasn't working for you. I feel that whatever the situation was, you were in it for long enough to realize that it was no longer working, and long enough for it to start to affect you, where it was causing you some kind of stress. Maybe you weren't sleeping well. Maybe you were always thinking about this situation. And it seems to me that there was just one day when you had enough and you decided to make some changes in your life. And I feel like that's where the empowerment comes in. Kind of taking your power back, making changes in your life. And with rebirth and snake, leaving behind things that you have outgrown, things that are no longer working for you, even you realizing that that you're meant to move on from whatever this is. Maybe you learned some life lessons in this situation, or maybe it became an uncomfortable or toxic situation, or maybe it wasn't even toxic at all. Maybe you were in a healthy environment, but it just wasn't really giving you any, it like wasn't giving anything to you anymore. You weren't gaining anything. You were kind of stagnant. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. I think for some of you, it was a negative thing. And finally, there was one day, like the final straw, and you said, okay, that's it. I've had enough. And then for others of you, I almost get a sense of like stagnation, boredom, listlessness, just kind of going about the day and then, you know, doing it the next day, and there's really no substance to it. So, but either way, I feel like you kind of had this awakening one day saying, you know what, I've had enough of this. I'm going to do something different with my life. So that is what I see so far. Let's get some more information from your other oracle cards. Okay, Spirit, we are looking at pile number 1's life 1 year from now. Okay, we have water codes, ancient wisdom, the intelligence is within you. So I feel like once you kind of had this awakening, once you realized that the situation was no longer working for you, I feel like you either did or you will. So some of you are already here where you're making changes, and some of you are about to go through this process. And also remember, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're reading this, that's the perfect time for you to see this. So I feel like you took some time to yourself. I feel like the feeling of not wanting to be in a particular situation or not wanting to live your life a certain way anymore, I feel like once you realize that, or once you will realize that, I see you taking time out, trying to figure out, okay, well, this is no longer working for me. How do I extract myself from this situation? How do I go about finding something that will be a better fit for me in my life? Just like basically, how do I go forward from this point? So I do see you doing kind of like some soul searching, trying to figure out what is the next best step for me in this current situation. End call, healer, seer, priestess or priestess, soul purpose. Exactly what I was talking about, your soul purpose. Just some of you got so fed up with just the daily grind of something that you just couldn't do it anymore. I feel for some of you, this is career, job. For some of you, this is where you were living. I feel like for some of you, you needed to make a big move, like a big change that has to do with moving somewhere else. I feel for some of you also, it was relationship related, or in others of you, I feel like there really wasn't anything going on, and that was the exact problem. Like you were getting up in the morning, going to work, going to a job that was a paycheck. It was okay, but it wasn't anything that really would feed your soul. And then you'd go home and relax, maybe watch a movie or a show or something, and then you'd get up the next day and do the same thing over again. And I feel like for some of you, there just wasn't really any meaning. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. And so I feel like this is what I was saying, when you took that time, or you will be taking that time to figure out, what should I be doing? Is there something I have an interest in? Is there some place I could move to? What is my calling? Okay, that's kind of the energy I'm getting here, and feeling empowered when you figure it out, and then moving forward to see how you can make these changes. Okay. What else can you tell us for pile number 1? Pile number 1's life 1 year from now. Awaken. I mean, is there a better card for you? This is exactly what I've been saying. So I feel like Some of you are possibly afraid of change, and so that's why you are kind of in this situation longer than you should have been. Others of you just didn't realize that you were kind of in the situation where you're just kind of going about the day and there's really no substance there. But what I see happening for sure in this pile is you just awakening, knowing that you want more out of life and going after that. And even though it may be scary to make changes, and it may be uncomfortable, like when the snake sheds its skin, it seems like it might be uncomfortable for the snake. I don't know for sure, but it seems like it might be uncomfortable, but they do it anyway because they have to, right? They have to grow. They have to, leave behind what no longer fits for them. And that's exactly what I see with the Awaken card here. Your time is here, or your time will be here during this next year. So I really so far see you making some pretty significant changes, over the next year. And for some of you, you will be making these changes over the next year. And for others of you, I think this will be a gradual process over the next year. And then, then toward the end of the next year, you're going to really start to begin these changes. Others of you, you're already here. You're already making the changes. But we'll see what else the cards have to say. The journey, yes, stepping into something new, stepping into something exciting, doing something different too. Seeing what doors you can open and what doors will be opening for you. I also feel like there's a little bit of a mystery here, not knowing exactly what's on the other side of the door, but knowing that you're going to try it anyway. You're going to try to make changes. You're going to be brave and be bold and be strong also, because I feel like for some of you, this is very, very difficult, that it's going to take a lot of strength for you to become empowered and to take a stand and to really make some changes for your life, for your mental health, for your physical health, for your soul purpose. And for some of you, this might not necessarily have to do with something as big as your soul purpose, but I think that it's kind of slowly leading you that way. If this is not your soul purpose, what's happening here, I think that eventually you will, it's like little steps, and you may not know exactly what you're doing or why you're doing them yet, but eventually you'll have kind of this awakening. That's what I'm feeling here. And it's very exciting. I'm getting like a sense of excitement, a sense of lightness also, and like just a sense of happiness that you're actually moving on and making some changes. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number one? Pile number one's life 1 year from now. The Page of Swords, I feel like you're starting to think about things differently. You're looking at things differently. Some people in your life you're not resonating with them like you used to. It's like your thought process is starting to transform. You have all of these ideas that you want to pursue, you want to look into, you want to, you want to see where they can take you. Then we have the Page of Cups. You see all these new beginnings here, all these great ideas. So there's definitely, I think that you came to a realization that you somehow were some situation in your life was causing stress, or maybe it was just the boredom or the stagnation that kind of woke you up. But whatever it was, I see you here using your intuition, using your creativity, trying to think outside the box, looking for something that will bring a spark back in your life. And being ready to pursue that, being excited, being happy, ready for transformation. Look at the butterfly wings on both of these cards. So being ready for that transformation. Look at your cards. This is amazing. New beginnings. So for some of you, this definitely has something to do with career. Some of you may have been working a job, and like I said, some of you are just kind of stagnant. You had kind of like, you felt like, I'm not saying you did, but I'm getting a feeling that for some of you, you didn't really have any great purpose in your life. Remember, I said some of you were getting up, going to work, coming home, getting up, going to work the next day, and it was just kind of a routine that became boring for you. And here, see, I'm seeing you start to think of, what could I do? Some of you maybe were working really, really hard at a job and you weren't making enough money. And that's when you had enough and you felt empowered finally to say, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I need to find something that I enjoy doing. I can make money for myself or for a company that really appreciates me. And this is just an example, so don't take it too specific. So it's kind of like a metaphor for what it could be in your life. So like similarities. But I definitely see you thinking about something and coming upon an idea or an opportunity that you can turn into something really, really big, something that will make you feel more energized about life in general. The Three of Cups. And I see you celebrating this. I see other people celebrating this. I see you taking the first steps and celebrating those first steps. And we'll see what else happens after that. But I definitely see that there's at least one idea that you have that could be a gold mine. It's an idea that will take you far. And other people are going to see the potential of this idea as well. And there is something here with this pumpkin here. It's making me think like some of you might be making some progress. Literally anytime from, I would say, September to like December of any year that you're watching this. Or you could have made some significant progress, or there could be something major that will happen to kind of catapult you to the next phase of what it is that you're working on. So, and that might not be for all of you because there is only one pumpkin here, but for some of you that could apply. So if it's January and you're really hoping to make some progress before September, then, you know, this might not apply to you. I mean, it could, but it might not. So just keep that in mind. Okay, then we have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like once you kind of wrap your hands around, wrap your head around this idea, because you see here, we're kind of in like the beginning stages here, thinking about things, tossing ideas around, what would be good, what would work, what won't work, right? And then here we're kind of taking some initial steps, getting started with things. Here we're celebrating the beginning of something. And here you've made a little bit more progress. And what's happening here is that you're becoming more successful with what you're doing. You're kind of fine-tuning what this idea that you have. So even if this is like you moving somewhere, this, I see you where you've either just moved and you're starting to meet people, you're finding a job, or you're starting a new career or something like that, or you're just getting, if you want to move, this is very specific for some of you, but it's like a metaphor, right, for what could be going on in your life. Or if you're wanting to move and you're figuring out, okay, who can I find to move my stuff for me? When do I need to pack up? Where am I going to live when I get there? You know, those kind of things. So it's like, this is kind of like for a lot of you, you've kind of already started the process, and you are being attracted to certain places and certain things, certain people, and other people are, you're drawing other people into your life who can help you, who can assist you with whatever it is that you're trying to do. And we have the Five of Pentacles. I think this goes back to the catalyst for this whole kind of awakening, this empowerment that you're feeling. I feel like where you were before, you felt like, I get a feeling for some of you that nobody was listening to you, or you were working in a job, you weren't getting paid enough, you weren't being appreciated enough. Some of you were in a relationship where you weren't getting nourishment from the relationship. It wasn't a positive environment for you anymore. And others of you were living somewhere and it was kind of drab and dull, and you just needed a change of scenery. And I feel like for a while, you were kind of stuck in this energy, and all you really had to do was awaken, right? And realize that, oh, I don't have to stay here. I can make changes. And I feel like this really represents what I said earlier, when it was kind of this awakening, which really, once you really started to sit with those feelings, that's when you got this great sense of empowerment. And that's when the rebirth came. Because you couldn't stay here anymore. It became so uncomfortable for you that it was forcing you to look at a solution which was actually very, very close to you. You just hadn't thought about it yet. So we have the High Priestess. So for some of you, let me move these up just a hair. For some of you, I feel like you don't, and actually, yes, I feel like you don't have all the answers yet. And I feel like this is for most of you. I feel like you are still trying to figure some things out. And I feel like you will get all of the answers that you need as time goes on. So patience is needed here, because everything's not going to come all at once. And the reason why it's not all going to come at one time is because this is a major transformation. And so getting all of those little pieces together is going to take time. So just take it one step at a time. Just stay calm, keep an open mind, keep using your intuition, and keep checking in with your feelings. How does this feel? Do I feel good about this? Because have you ever noticed when you're saying yes to something, but in the back of your mind, you have a feeling like, I don't think this is going to be good, but I don't know what else to do right now. Have you ever had that feeling? And so a lot of times when we feel stuck and we almost panicky and we have to make a decision, but we know it's just not the right decision. So if you feel like that, if you can, just slow down a little bit, pause, kind of listen to those feelings, because your body will let you know when things don't quite feel right. And if you can, just sit and wait and think about something else that might be a better fit or a better solution, or just better in general. The Three of Swords. So I feel for some of you, it was really, really hard to walk away from this situation. It was really hard for you to shed your skin. I feel like it was very, very painful. Interesting. You know what else? I feel for some of you, this is like some really big interpersonal changes, making changes within yourself. Maybe your outward appearance, maybe for some of you, I feel like you may have, like, maybe you're trying to get healthier, maybe you're trying to stop drinking or something like that, because I'm really getting here for some of you that it's like major, like internal changes, for some of you even external changes like your hair, the way you dress or something like that, but it's like coming from an internal place where you weren't happy with yourself. You weren't happy with situations that you were putting yourself in. And so really making a very strong effort to kind of pinpoint issues maybe in your mind that were making you act a certain way or causing you to be around certain people. So that's what I get a lot with this card, and also the Page of Cups. But it's like for all of you, I feel like even if it was just a little, just like a little stab in the heart, like how it felt to actually break away from the situation, I feel like it was something. It was something that was painful to walk away from, no matter what it was. And it was a little bit scary. And again, I want to say that this pile has a sense of bravery to accept that this is going to happen. It's like, I feel like you knew this was going to happen, but you had to do it anyway. And that's where the, like, being brave and doing it anyway, even though you had this intense fear and you knew it was going to hurt, but you had to do it. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so again, patience. There, like I said, there's a lot of different elements, a lot of different factors going into this new idea, this new project, this new move, whatever it is. So just have patience with yourself, have patience with external situations, because with all of these different elements here, it is going to take a little bit of time for everything to line up. So especially with the Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, this is something big, but it's going to take time. You know, you can't grow the grass in one day, right? It's going to take some time. And the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, it took you a while to walk away from the situation because you knew it was going to be painful, but you did it. That's why you're feeling empowered. So now take that empowerment and make sure that you allow yourself patience, especially for external situations and internal too. Those of you who are making changes internally, have patience with yourself. Okay, give yourself, you know, feel gratitude for the fact that you're making these changes so that you can make your life better, so that you can make the way you feel better. Does that make sense? So patience, and allow yourself grace. That's what I want to say. Allow yourself grace because you deserve it. The Seven of Cups. Yeah. Okay. So especially allow yourself grace if you're trying to make internal changes and let's just say, for instance, like if you want to stop drinking, if you say, I want to be healthier this year, and for me, being healthier means that I need to stop drinking. I have nothing against drinking. I'm just using this as an example because that's kind of the feeling that I got for some of you. And so let's say you want to stop drinking and you go 2 weeks without drinking, and then there's a celebration and you have a cocktail. Well, don't beat yourself up for that. Okay, and also, if you're trying to start a new venture or move somewhere and something doesn't work out, that was probably just a blessing in disguise. There are other options here. So if something doesn't work out, just accept it for what it is. Know that on this new journey, things are going to line up perfectly for you. You just need patience, because not everything that you encounter is going to be right for you. We have the Five of Swords. Yes, this goes with the Seven of Cups. Know when to walk away from a situation, because there is... Okay, so you learned how to walk away from a situation here, right? It was very, very difficult, but I'm so proud of you for doing that. Okay, so here, walking away from a situation that you may encounter over this next year, it's not going to be as difficult as this one was here, this original thing that is changing for you. just know, remember I told you to listen to your feelings when something doesn't feel right? And because I've done it before, something doesn't feel right. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I have any other choice right now. So then you go forward with that. And then all of a sudden you're so, oh, why did I do that? Okay. So that's what I'm seeing in this card. If you have that feeling that this doesn't feel right, something's a little bit off, or I don't think this is going to end well, don't be afraid to walk away from it, because that feeling is most likely correct. And that's what I'm saying here with the Seven of Cups. Something else is going to come along. So don't worry about this is your only option. I mean, of course, if it literally is your only option at that moment, then of course do what you have to do. But just be aware of not staying in that situation for longer than you have to. I have the Moon card. So I feel like for some of you, the reason why it was so painful to walk away, part of the reason why it was so painful to walk away from this situation is because you had no idea it was on the other side. You are literally just being guided by feelings without having anything concrete yet for some of you. Remember, I talked about the journey where a lot of it is unknown, and that's what we're seeing here with the Moon card. And so I feel like it's amazing that you are allowing yourself this rebirth, taking this empowerment, being strong, being courageous, and going forward, even though you don't know exactly where it's going to take you. And I feel like as you start to go along, as you start to walk further on this path, you're going to get little details along the way. You're going to be divinely guided. The way that you will see the path clearer is by, once you are able to extract yourself from the situation and shed that skin and have this rebirth, then you're going to be thinking clearer. Okay, if you look at this card, here the eye is closed, it's halfway open here, and then it's wide open here. And, you know, seeing what's going on, seeing all these things once the door is open. So if it doesn't all make sense right now, it will make sense. So to sum up, I see some big changes for you coming up over the next year, and I wish you all the luck in the world on those changes. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can always click on the bell if you want to be notified of my future videos. And if you would ever like to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is listed down below. Hello, pile number 2. You have visions and hawk, and you also have fertility. So I get a couple things from this. Obviously with fertility, I feel like some of you want to start a family, want to have a child, and I feel like over this next year, it's going to be like, I feel like situations in your life are going to line up for you so that you can start taking those steps. You can start preparing for that. And so I feel like you have a strong vision of what you want, maybe how many kids you want, maybe timelines for that. And so I feel like that's something that's going to start to appear in your life over the next year. For others of you, I feel like this has something to do with creating something, creating a new life for yourself, or starting a new business, or going to school, or something like that. And I feel like you've been thinking about it for a while, and with your animal rune here, you're manifesting. You are... And even for those of you who want to start a family, I feel like you may be manifesting the perfect person to come into your life to start a family with. And those of you who are trying to start a business, or anything really that you're trying to bring to life, I feel like you have a vision for what you want. You're starting to manifest that, and you're kind of like soaring in the air here, like looking for the perfect opportunity, looking for the perfect place to move, looking for the perfect business location, looking for, you know, just the right time to strike and start taking steps toward this goal that you have. All right, let's look at your other oracle cards. Okay, we are looking at pile number 2's life 1 year from now, please. And again, this is a timeless reading, so anytime you're watching this is the perfect time that you're supposed to see it. Okay, there we go. Atlantis, keep the big vision, stay in alignment as you grow. Look, do you see that? It's vision here and you have vision here. There's something big that you want to accomplish. Keep the big vision. And I think that's important also, keep the big vision, because when the hawk is up in the air, they are so high up, they have a huge vision of the ground below, right? They have vision of the trees, the ground, the landscape. So what I'm taking from this is maybe think broad. What is the broad picture? So look at the small details in a broader framework. Does that make sense? Because look at this building, this structure. I feel that if you do it that way, as you're tending to the little details, but putting them in the bigger picture, then I feel like it will build a stronger foundation for you. And also make sure that even though you're flying in the air, that you're still grounded. So make sure that, I feel what that means is, don't get too caught up in the excitement of things growing and you creating things that you miss little details. Okay. Put that up there. Clear waters, clear vision. Okay, you have vision 3 times. Vision, vision, vision. Okay, there's something. You have this very, very precise vision that you want to see happen. Okay, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, and opportunity. That's what I was saying, right timing and opportunity. Some of you are like up in the air, flying around, looking for the perfect time to strike, waiting for just divine timing, waiting for things to line up. And I feel like you're really in tune with how things are moving around you, knowing, okay, I feel like it's going to be the right time to do this when I get to this point. But I also feel like as you're approaching that point, and when you get to that point, you're really tuning into your feelings, saying, how does this feel? Is this the right time? And let me tell you, when it's the right time, I see you just swooping down and striking and making the perfect choices at the right time. An opportunity coming into your life. And really like giving birth to these ideas at the perfect time. Very exciting. Really, really exciting. It's like it seems like a huge transformation. So if you are going to have children, you know, that's a huge transformation, right? And if you're going to, well, whatever this is, I don't know exactly what this is for all of you, but if it's not having children, it's, you know, because having children is life-changing. You know, it's just different than it was before, right? And it's the same thing for those of you who are working on something other than having children. It's like you're literally giving birth to a new life, and it's going to change your life. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 2? Their life 1 year from now. Emotions. Ooh, look at that. You know what I get here? It's like tears of happiness. It's like you worked so so hard, or you will be working so hard. Your dreams are coming true. I feel for some of you too, you may have had, if you do want children, you may have had fertility issues, and maybe you were like searching for the right medical professionals to help you through that. And maybe it was a long process to find the right match for you, or if you were going to adopt a child, is kind of a long process getting through that. But I'm feeling for some of you, there's a situation like that going on here, but you're going to have tears of joy. Things are going to work out for you. You're going to be happy. You're going to just be so elated and so happy. And then for others of you, this project, whatever this is that you're working on, you like put blood, sweat, and tears into this project. And it's like when you start to see things start to form and things start to come together, it's like you have tears of joy because you worked so hard and now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. Light in the dark. Yeah. Wow. So I'm really getting two groups of people here. Some of you I definitely feel are trying to have a child. That's interesting. I just noticed there's like a face where her stomach is. Can you see that? I don't know if you see that or if it's just in my mind, but right here there seems to be a face. So definitely some of you will be wanting to give birth, like physical birth to a human. And I do feel like, especially with this card, kind of brought that back. Some of you are having some difficulty with that, but light in the dark and the happy tears here. If you are having problems with that, I feel like things are going to change for you. Things are going to you're going to see the light. You're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's what I see here with that. And I don't do medical readings. This isn't, it's not really a medical reading. It's just that I'm seeing something like that happening for you. So yeah. And then also I feel like for those of you who, are trying to start a business, trying to start something big, I feel like you may have gone through some difficulties trying to get this started. And I feel like things are going to start to come together. I really feel like this card is why you have the happy tears, because I feel like when the time comes and you're feeling happy that that you got to this point, I think that part of the reason why you're so happy is because it was so difficult to get here. You had to go through a lot. You had to really put in a lot of effort, a lot of time to get to this point. And it's going to be such a great time for you. Okay, what else can you tell us? For pile number 2, their life 1 year from now. The 4 of Cups. I see you putting a tremendous amount of thought into this, a lot of effort, meditation, thinking about things. Remember, waiting to strike when the time is right, striking and going after what you want. So I feel there's a lot of patience needed here. Really thinking about what your next move is. And when you're being presented with ideas, making sure that it is a good idea to pursue that particular thing. We have the 4 of Wands. And because let me move these over, these cards are so big. Okay, so because you waited to move forward with something until the perfect time, that's going to allow you to build this really strong foundation. That's going to allow everything to line up perfectly for you. And I see a celebration also. I see things coming together. I see taking a little bit of a time out to celebrate all of those small wins along the way. these tears of happiness. Every step that you make, every major milestone that you reach, hitting those milestones and celebrating it and enjoying the moment, enjoying how hard you've worked and how far you've come. The Two of Wands. These cards are just moving everywhere. And I have to put them up a little bit higher because these cards, the tarot cards, are so big. Okay, so the Two of Wands. Again, I see you contemplating things. I see you meditating on things, really listening to your feelings when you're presented with a crossroads. That you're really evaluating things. You're making sure that every step that you take from this point forward is a step in the right direction, that this is a step that's going to help you achieve your goals. And knowing that if you have to wait for something, knowing that things will pay off because you had that patience. The Ten of Pentacles. Wow. So the Ten of Pentacles is about like whatever you're building, whatever this vision is that you have, because remember you have vision 3 times here. So whatever the vision is that you are manifesting, that you are creating, you're going to get everything that you want. Do you see the sun here? And the sun is literally smiling in this card. Let me see. Can you see it? There's like a smiley face on the sun here. So having patience also. This is the Pentacle. So having that patience, because things are going to take time. But this is also, there's also a family here. So if you do want to have children, it looks like it's going to happen here. You have 2 small children here. You have your family, and it's like sitting back once you achieve these goals that you've wanted for a long time and having those happy tears, realizing that this vision that you've created is coming true. And for those of you that are trying to start a business or whatever this project is or whatever you're trying to accomplish here, this is you winning. This is you accomplishing all your goals. And it's having, because here we built the strong foundation, right? Because you thought about everything before you took that action. And so here it's all paying off, all your time, your dedication, all your hard work, your patience, your dreams are coming true. And whatever it is that you were trying to create, it has like this, it's very, very strong, and it's because of all the effort that you put into it. And all the times that you were wondering, is this going to work? Am I going to be successful doing this? Just keep this in mind, because this is a sign from Spirit showing you that yes, you are going to be successful. Yes, it is going to work. Yes, it's all going to be worth it. And you're going to look back and you're going to say, oh, I'm so glad I didn't give up. The Seven of Swords. Yeah, don't give up. Don't have a fear that you can't do it because you run into some difficult times along the way, because it's all going to work out for you. It is all going to work out for you. Don't feel like you can't do this for one reason or another. Why can't you do it? You can do it. So don't have like imposter syndrome thinking, oh, why would I have, why would my luck be so good for me to accomplish something so big? Well, because you can accomplish it. That's why. So don't allow any negative thoughts to get in your way. Don't allow difficult times to take you down, because Spirit is showing you you're going to be successful. You're going to get what you want. You have to have patience and kind of like an unwavering faith that it's going to happen. Just like the hawk is very, very patient. You see him up in the air hours and hours and hours, just waiting for the right time to strike. And that's what you need to do here. So don't give up on yourself and keep believing in yourself. We have the Page of Wands, and keep believing in yourself, because you're going to be successful. You have amazing ideas and you have amazing passion and amazing drive to carry out these ideas. And not only that, but with the sun here, the universe is shining a light on your ideas. The universe is trying to show you that you have potential, that these ideas can grow. Look down here, there's little flowers down here that are growing. So that is Spirit saying, this is a good idea. Don't give up on yourself. Look at the flowers here that have grown, all these pentacles that have grown here. Okay, wow. Okay, so my throat closed up again. That happens sometimes. It was from the Seven of Swords when I was telling you not to give up. When I do readings, there are points in the reading where the energy starts to get stuck and I can feel it and it comes out. For me, when I'm reading, it's like I can't talk anymore and I have to get a sip of water. And so it started happening when I was talking about all the growth here, and the universe doesn't want you to give up. So I think that's very, very important for this pile to remember, because light in the dark, remember that there are going to be times when you're going to get very, very frustrated, but don't give up. Keep going. Okay. Now, on to the Three of Wands. And this is exactly why you don't want to give up, because the Three of Wands obviously comes after the Two of Wands. So on the Two of Wands, you're still trying to figure things out. You have good ideas. You're just not sure, are you going to go this way or are you going to go this way? And, you know, once you put your ideas out there, what's going to happen? Okay, but here with the Three of Wands, this means that you've already put your ideas out here. And now you're starting to see some progress. You're starting to see some activity. And you see how the sun is coming up here. You see all these little signs here. This is like the first signs of victory. You are seeing some fruits of your labor. You will be going from the self-doubt that you had here, putting those thoughts into action, into here, seeing all that effort that you put in to starting to come back to you. So definitely don't give up. I'm telling you, this was powerful because I had to cough. It's so ridiculous, and I'm sorry, but it happens. I can't really do anything about it. Okay, the Magician card. So this is Spirit telling you that over the next year, you have everything that you need to make your dreams happen. And if you don't have everything right now, or maybe you will start moving along on this process and you'll come upon a difficult time. Remember the difficult times here? But what Spirit wants you to know is that you will figure it out. You have the mental capacity to figure things out. And any skills that you need, any people you need to help you along the way, any classes you need to take, whatever it is, you're going to find the perfect knowledge at the perfect time that will help you continue to manifest whatever this is that you want to see happen here. We have the Ace of Swords. You're full of great ideas. Really, what I feel the main thing for this pile is to keep a clear mind. Keep your thoughts clear. So if you come upon a time that is a little bit difficult for you, you're trying to make a decision between one of two things or one of five things, whatever it is, just clear your mind. Remember here, clear vision. Okay, keep the big vision. Stay in alignment as you grow. Growth is not always easy. Right timing, opportunity. So it's not always going to be easy as you go forward. But the key here that Spirit is saying, during these darker times when you wonder, is this actually going to work? Will it actually work? Maybe it's taking too long and you're wondering, am I ever going to get there? Yes, you will. Just keep clear thoughts, because that's how you're going to manifest even better thoughts, right? So if the first thought you had didn't work out quite like you thought it would, just stay calm, stay focused, maybe take a break for the day, come back to it, because it will all make sense and you will make the right decisions. Oops, man, this card is just alive here. And it's the Knight of Cups. So I feel like whatever this is that you're going after, it's something that you have a lot of passion for, something that maybe for some of you has been a dream that you've had for a long time. Now, the Knight of Cups is below the Ten of Pentacles. So these are two, the Pentacles and the Cups are two of the slower moving cards in the tarot deck. So you need patience. This isn't going to happen overnight. I mean, you could get to a point where then things start really flowing for you, but I feel like to get to the end point, to, you know, your life 1 year from now, getting through this next year, I feel like it's going to be a slow moving process, but it's going to keep moving as long as you don't get caught up in your fears. And another reason why this is going to work out for you is because this is something that you truly, truly want. You are putting in a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, a lot of just hard work, focus, dedication, thought process. And following that dream that you have, listening to your intuition is going to get you to the Ten of Pentacles. So don't give up. Believe in yourself. We have the Hanged Cat, which is the Hangman in the traditional deck. So don't be afraid to think about things before you take action. Don't just jump into something because you want things to move faster. Okay? So anytime also that you start to have any self-doubt along the way, anytime that you think, oh, this might not actually happen for me, stop those thoughts, take a time out, reevaluate things. Look at, do you need to change something? Do you need to look in a different direction? Do you need to come back to, where'd it go? The Two of Wands. Do you need to come back to this place and kind of reevaluate things? Try something different. See if that works even better than your original idea. So again, keep the big vision that we have here on this card. Don't get so caught up in the teeny tiny details, because you may need to change some of those little details a little bit along the way. Does that make sense? Okay. Then we have the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords in your reading here is, yeah, you can see that. Okay. Is telling me that whatever you're doing, it's not going to be easy. There's going to be times when you're going to want to give up. But that takes us back to the Seven of Swords. Remember, don't let your emotions, don't let your ego, don't let other people tell you you can't do this. Don't let any of those thoughts get in the way of your dreams. Because you see here, in this card, this cat is almost like taking these fears, taking this heartache, taking the times in the darkness, and literally throwing it up like in the air to the universe, saying, I don't want this anymore. So I wish I knew what was going on with some of you, because it's very, very interesting. What I'm getting here is the key for you to get through this next year and your life 1 year from now is, if you choose to, It's taking your fears, taking the hard times, and literally almost just like plucking them out of your life and throwing them out, giving them back to the universe, saying, I am overcoming this. I am not going to let this take me down. I am going to sit and think about things. I'm going to fix things. Things are going to get better. Things are going to work out for me, which I know they are. You have the 10 of Pentacles here. You just need to stay focused. Don't give up. And just keep going. You have a huge dream, and I really feel like it's going to happen for you. You have happy tears here. Look at how happy this card is. So I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe it helps you. If you like this reading, please like and subscribe. You can always click on the bell to be notified of future readings if you want to. And if you would ever like to book a private reading with me, you can do so on my website, which is in the description box below. Hello, pile number 3. You have Act Now and Gecko, and your card is Talent. So what I feel with both of these is that you have been hiding your talent from the world, and it is time to bring it out, show people what you can do, what your talent is, and acting now, because now is the right time to do it. People will love what it is that you're doing. For some of you, I feel like it's something like in the creative arts. Maybe you're a dancer, a singer, an artist, a musician, a writer, you know, anything like that, even like any kind of visual arts, creative arts, anything like that. But others of you, you have a talent. Maybe you have a talent for running businesses. Maybe you have a talent for showing people what their talents are, you know, so this could really be anything. Maybe you're a matchmaker and you're really good at that. So whatever your like talent is, kind of like probably your true purpose, your true calling in this life, it is time for you to take action on that over the next year. And I feel like some of you are already taking action on that, and you're going to see some progress over the next year. And others of you, I feel like you've been kind of thinking about it, but you're not sure. Oh, I don't know if it would be successful. Well, Spirit is saying, yes, it is going to be successful, and to act now on it. Now is the time. Okay, let's see what your oracle cards have to say. Okay, for pile number 3, we are looking at their life 1 year from now. What can you tell us, please? Clear waters, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, and opportunity. Okay, can we get any clearer here? Act now and right timing. Didn't I just tell you that now is the time? Okay, confirmation. If you've been wondering if this is the right time to do something, this is your confirmation. Yes, it's the right time to do something. You have what it takes. People will love what you are offering. Okay, so definitely this is a good time over this next year. This is going to be a good time for you to take action on your ideas. Thank you. Gratitude, appreciating what is sustaining you. Be grateful for the gifts that you have, okay? Look at how shiny this card is. Can you actually see that? I don't know if you can really, yeah, okay, you can see it. Look at this, okay? You have a gift. Be grateful for this gift and share it with the world. The world is missing out on this beautiful energy that you have, on this beautiful gift that you have. And I feel like appreciating what is sustaining you, I feel like some of you have a fear. Like if you're trying to do something with your talents, trying to make money with your talents, I feel like some of you have a fear that you won't be able to make money, or that people won't like you, or that you might mess it up, or whatever kind of negative thought may be entering your mind, because it's scary trying something new. But what I feel with this card is that this is something that can sustain you. This is something that you can grow into something else. So let go of those fears and kind of like surrender to divine timing. Okay, this is your time to shine. So try not to be scared. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 3? This one just wanted to come out. Let's see. Change. Ooh, this makes me think of the Wheel of Fortune. This is the right time. Things are changing. Things are lining up for you. This is the perfect phase, the perfect time. Look at the sun. It's like the universe is trying to give you sign after sign after sign that this is a good time for you. So try to listen to that. Try to believe in yourself. Try to move forward over this next year, and know that things are changing. Things may be changing slowly, but things are definitely changing for the better for you. And I feel like over this next year, you're going to see all the different phases. Like when you look back a year from now and you look back to right now, you're going to be able to see all these different phases that you went through, all the changes that were happening, and how much you were progressing. Ooh, didn't I tell you some of you were worried that you won't make money with this idea that you have, and I told you that you would make money with this idea? Here's your confirmation that you're going to make money with this idea, okay? And look again, you have like the sun shining down on this idea. So if you have a fear of, in the long run, will you make money like pursuing this passion that you have, pursuing this talent that you have? Yes, you're going to make money. It looks like it's falling from the sky. Okay. So I feel like any doubts that you have about this piece of it, put those away. Release those thoughts and bring abundance to you, okay? Also, because the timing is lining up perfectly for you. Things are lining up. Money's going to come in. It might not come in all at once. It might be kind of a slow trickle, but I feel like it's going to come in. And for those of you who want to pursue something, but you need money to pursue this idea that you have, I feel like if you need a loan, or if you need to borrow money from someone, or whatever it is, I feel like first of all, if you look in the right place, you will find the right people who will help you financially with this idea that you have. So whether it's a loan or borrowing money from a friend or family or whatever, I feel like you're going to be in the right place, the right time, meeting the right people at the right time, which will help finance your dreams. Okay, let's look at your tarot cards now. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 3? We're looking at their life 1 year from now. The Fool card. Okay. Do you need any more confirmation that it's time for you to act now? Okay. This is a good time for you. The Fool is all about taking a journey, taking that leap of faith, even though it's scary. Change is scary. Taking chances is scary, but where would any of us be if we didn't take a chance at some point in our life, right? And also look how green this card is, okay? The money will follow. And if you need money to get to this point, it will be provided for you. So don't worry about that. Okay, so if you're worried about how am I going to finance this idea, turn that worry into action, meaning start asking, start doing research. How do I get a loan to start a business? Or how do I get a loan to finance this idea that I have? Because I feel like this is the perfect time for you to do that research, because the perfect answers are going to just float into your life. Okay, then we have the Explorer of Pentacles. The Explorer is the Queen of Pentacles. This is success. This is someone who had a great idea, who did whatever they had to do to make this idea come to life. Okay, bringing your talent out into the universe, being successful, being independent, having money also. This is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles has money. She has finances. She has abundance. He also, it's just the Queen, so let's not get caught up on gender, right? So if any men are watching this, this is just the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, okay? So this is being financially secure. And the way that you reached that is because you followed your dream, you followed your talent, you acted at the right time. The Six of Pentacles. Look at all these green cards, okay? I really feel like money is an issue for some of you, either because you don't have the time to pursue something because you have to keep like your day job, and you don't have, like, you would have to do this at night or something like that. And then others of you are worried about getting financing to pursue this. Everything's going to balance out for you. The universe is going to provide for you. So no matter which situation it is, maybe it's both too. Maybe it's both of those. The universe is literally going to provide for you. So the universe wants you to know that you're going to be provided for. You're going to be taken care of until you can take care of yourself, until you grow your finances with this idea. So don't worry about that. Oh my gosh, look at your cards. You have the Nine of Pentacles. This is another success card. Now the thing here, you have all these pentacles here. So what I'm seeing here is that this is a slower process, a slower moving process. However, once you take the first step and you get the ball rolling, it's going to, like, there are going to be things that are happening beneath the surface that you can't see yet, but things are lining up for you. And the reason why they're lining up for you is because it's the perfect time for you to take action on this idea. So to me personally, the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles are very similar in the sense where this is someone who had an idea and they followed that idea, something that they had passion about, something they wanted to pursue, something that they built on their own. And of course you may have had help along the way, but this is yours. This is your idea, right? And this is you being successful, having money. Again, money is a huge issue for some of you, and that's why Spirit has provided 5 green cards for you so far, showing you that money will arrive eventually from this idea. And if you need money to get started with this idea, it will be provided for you. You're going to be successful. You're going to be happy. You're going to really look back and be so happy and so proud of yourself for how much you accomplished. We have the Six of Wands. This is a victory card. The Six of Wands is you following your passion and being victorious, celebrating yourself, other people celebrating you. And this is also being rewarded for acting at the right time, for for pursuing, like, because it's a talent, this is like a gift, right? This is you being given a gift in this lifetime. And because you pursued that and because you brought it out into the universe, you're being rewarded. And I really feel like people are going to love what you have to offer, and you're going to love it too. I feel like you're going to not only will you be successful, but you're going to be successful in the sense of feeling successful, right? Being proud of yourself, being happy. Then we have the Guide of Wands. Now, the Guide of Wands is the King of Wands in this deck. So your initial success is not the end. You're going to have even more ideas. It's like this passion that you have for this is going to take you to places that maybe you haven't even dreamed of yet. It's almost like once you get started with this idea, this talent that you have, and once it starts to grow, it's like the possibilities are limitless. And you're going to continue to be inspired. It's not just going to end with this here. There's going to be more things to do, more goals to pursue from this point forward, and reaching those goals and being like very productive. So if some of you are worried like, oh, well, I have one idea now, but then what after that? What if I don't have any more ideas after that? Then what am I going to do? Well, trust me, you're going to be inspired. Just feeling this success is going to inspire you with more ideas. We have the Five of Cups. I feel like for some of you in the past, something didn't work out. And for some of you, you have like a little bit of fear about, well, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. I tried it before and it didn't work. Well, okay, that may be the case, but part of the reason why it didn't work is because it wasn't the right time. Now is the right time. And you know, it's like, well, why did this have to happen and break my heart? Well, yeah, that's the thing, the way the universe works. It's not always comfortable. And I don't always agree with the way things work either. But if you look at this card, if you keep worrying about what didn't work before, you're really going to miss out on what will work this time. And yeah, there's a mountain here. It's not going to be easy. But great success is rarely easy, right? And that's why you are going to feel so proud of yourself here, because you didn't give up here, because you decided to try again, and you're going to be successful this time. We have the Backpacker of Wands. The Backpacker of Wands is the Knight of Wands. So again, I really feel like you have all these ideas that could be very successful. You have a very kind of unique talent where whatever it is that you're doing, let's say if you're an artist, something about your artwork is different from other people. Even if you're in the same medium, if you're doing, like if creating sculptures and like you learned from the same teacher, you and someone else learned from the same teacher, it's like yours stands out from the other person for one reason or another. So I really feel like once you get a little taste of success and people noticing you and getting positive feedback, that's really going to feed your passion for this even more. And it might take a minute to get there, okay? Because remember all these pentacles here, this is a slower moving process. So somebody might be looking, and you're not all artists, I know that, but this is a metaphor for what might be going on in your life, okay? So let's say that you've created all these pieces of artwork, well, and nothing has sold yet. Well, people are probably looking at it saying, ooh, I want to buy this one. When I get my new house, I want to buy this one. When I move, to a new location, I'm going to get this one. So people are making notes. People are seeing what you're doing, and slowly that money is going to start trickling in. And then ultimately, I'm telling you, the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, you're going to be fine financially. The Wheel of Fortune. I told you the change card made me think of the Wheel of Fortune. So things are definitely changing. Remember here with the Five of Cups where something didn't work out and it was devastating for you? Your luck is changing. The clock is ticking. It's time. Now is the time to take this action. And also, with the Wheel of Fortune and the compass here, okay, if something didn't work out before, it's because you were going in the wrong direction. So Spirit had to kind of redirect you so that you can reach your ultimate success. Things are going to balance out for you. And this is your time. This is your time to shine. Because this also reminds me of a clock. Even though it's not a clock, it reminds me of one, like a pocket watch or I can't think of what those were called, but back in the day, and maybe they're still around, but this makes me think of a watch. It's your time. Divine timing is arriving for you over this next year. The Magician. So don't doubt your skills. I feel for some of you with the Five of Cups, something happened where you were kind of like, oh, I don't know, should I do this? I don't know if I'll be successful. Even though you have this amazing talent, like it kind of, I mean, I understand, but if you just look at how much talent you have and how successful you're going to be, it's like, well, why wouldn't you act now, right? So everything that you need is going to come together. I feel like once you start taking those steps forward, that's when you're going to start to see the magic of the universe. What you want, what you're manifesting, what you are trying to create, anything that you need to pursue those goals is going to be provided for you. And you may be surprised how situations, things, people just kind of start to appear in front of your eyes, okay? And again, it might be moving a little bit slower than you would like. So the universe just wants to remind you to stay positive. You have this amazing talent and things are starting to come together for you over this next year. We have the Six of Cups. Don't ever give up on your dreams. I feel like you've had this talent for a while, and some of you may have been distracted by life situations, relationships, work, whatever it is that got in the way of you pursuing your talents, your goals, your dreams. And what Spirit is saying here is that this is the perfect time for you to reconnect with those hopes, with those dreams, and follow that passion, because you're going to be successful. It's just going to take a little bit of work. And see, somehow the Six of Cups is connected to the Five of Cups. Something happened here that made you want to or have to give up on your dreams for a period of time. And I feel like some of you kind of got a little bit stuck in this feeling here of, oh, it's not going to work out for me, or this didn't work, so this isn't going to work here. And so Spirit is saying to reconnect to your passion. And some of you maybe haven't lost that, but so for those of you that haven't lost that connection, keep going, because there's a reason why this has been on your mind. This is a reason why you've had this talent for your whole life. And it's finally now becoming the time for you to become successful with this talent. And then again, others of you have been stuck at that moment when it didn't work out for one reason or another. It's time for you to release that and to move forward. The Nine of Cups. I mean, you have some of the biggest success cards here, okay? You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups. To me personally, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune, money. To me personally, these are some of the greatest success cards. So the Nine of Cups is happiness. It's fulfillment. Look at these, are they dragonflies? It's like things coming together. Look, they created a heart. Can you see that? They created a heart here. So over the next year, where you're going to be 1 year from now is feeling successful, being happy, your dreams coming true, your wishes coming true, all because you pursued your talent, your passion, you acted at the right time. And I feel you're also going to be a little bit more relaxed a year from now, feeling, so I feel there's a tremendous amount of success. And so for some of you, you're really going to see a lot of success. For others of you, this next year, you're all these steps, and you're going to be 1 year from now on the verge of stepping into major, major success. So, because everyone is on their own timeline here. So it's going to be a little bit different for all of you. But ultimately, I feel all of you are going to be feeling movement, change, moving in the right direction, things lining up for you, and being so happy that you're sharing your talent with the world. So that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made sense for you. If this reading did resonate with you, please like and subscribe. You can always click the bell to be notified of future videos if you would like. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is listed down below. Thank you so much.